Imagine a quiet evening stroll, a young couple, deeply in love, walking their beloved dog under the soft glow of streetlights. The air is crisp, the neighborhood peaceful. Then, in an instant, that tranquility shatters. A shadow emerges, a confrontation erupts, and a desperate chase begins, culminating in a brutal act that would forever change the landscape of American true crime. This is the story of Brian and Katie Majori, and the night their lives were tragically cut short, marking a terrifying escalation for one of history's most prolific serial offenders. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of the Calendar of Crime. On February 2, 1978, in the suburban calm of Rancho Cordova, California, 21-year-old Brian Keith Majori, a dedicated military policeman at Mather Air Force Base, and his 20-year-old wife, Katie Lee Majori, embarked on what seemed like a routine evening walk. Their poodle, Thumper, trotted happily beside them, oblivious to the terror that lay just moments ahead. The couple had left their apartment on La Alegria Drive, enjoying the cool night air, a simple pleasure that would soon turn into a nightmare. As they walked near the intersection of La Gloria Drive and Watt Avenue, an area that had recently seen a spate of unsettling incidents, they encountered a figure in the darkness. What exactly transpired in those initial moments remained shrouded in the fog of fear and the passage of time. However, it is believed that a confrontation occurred, forcing the Majoris to flee for their lives. Their flight was not random. They were desperately trying to escape a relentless pursuer. The chase led them through residential backyards, a desperate scramble over fences, as they sought refuge from the unseen menace. The sounds of their struggle, the hurried footsteps, and perhaps muffled cries were fleeting disturbances in the quiet neighborhood. Eventually, they were cornered in a backyard on La Gloria Drive, their escape route blocked, their hope dwindling. It was there, in that confined space, that their lives were brutally ended. Brian Majori was shot and killed instantly. Katie, gravely wounded, succumbed to her injuries shortly after at a nearby hospital. The perpetrator, cold and calculating, vanished into the night as quickly as he had appeared, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable horror. Their small poodle, Thumper, was found unharmed near their bodies, a silent witness to the atrocity. Neighbors, disturbed by the gunshots, emerged to find the devastating scene. The immediate aftermath was chaos and confusion. Law enforcement arrived, and the grim reality of a double homicide began to sink in. Initial investigations were launched. Sketches of a potential suspect were circulated. A white male, mid-20s, athletic build, seen fleeing the area. Yet, despite the efforts, the case quickly grew cold, becoming a haunting mystery for decades. What investigators didn't fully grasp at the time was the profound significance of this crime. The Majori murders were not an isolated incident. They were, in fact, the first known homicides committed by a predator who had previously terrorized communities as the East Area Rapist. This brutal act marked a terrifying escalation in his criminal career, transitioning from serial rape to murder, and foreshadowing a reign of terror that would span California. One crucial piece of evidence found at the scene was a pre-tied shoelace, a chilling signature that would later become synonymous with the East Area Rapist, Joseph James Dingello. This seemingly innocuous item, often used by Dingello to bind his victims, provided a critical link, though its significance wouldn't be fully understood for many years. The connection between the Majori murders and the East Area Rapist was eventually confirmed by the FBI in 2016, a breakthrough that reignited hope for justice. The case remained a cold case for nearly 40 years, a source of immense pain for the Majori families and a persistent enigma for law enforcement. The advancements in DNA technology, particularly forensic genealogy, finally provided the crucial breakthrough. In 2018, Joseph James Dingello, a former police officer, was arrested and identified as the Golden State Killer, the East Area Rapist, and the perpetrator of the Majori murders. In 2020, Dingello pleaded guilty to 13 murders, including those of Brian and Katie Majori, and admitted to dozens of rapes and burglaries. His confession brought a semblance of closure to the victims' families, though the pain of their loss remains. The Majori murders stand as a stark reminder of the devastating, impact of violent crime, and the relentless pursuit of justice, even across decades. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.